Hey guys, Dib the Awesome here, and welcome to another episode of Chest Chat, where we talk about, the latest event chests. Are they good? Are they not good? All that jazz. Because there's no way. It's just like it's a limited time offer. I think that's the best way to put it. And there's no real way of just like earning it. It's just like you can earn the gems, but that's about it. So is it worth it or not? Is the true question here. Today we're going to talk about the legendary fire chests. If you didn't see the last episode, basically these chests are going to be out daily. There's going to be a new chest for the next 9 days. So is it going to be a daily thing? So the day is the fire chest. It's going to be in the order of when the Nemesis was released. I can't remember what was the last one. The one after this one was released. But I'm assuming if they didn't do it in order, so I might be was it the Earth one? I might be the Earth one. Or I think that was the case. I think Warthog's next, I think. But it really doesn't matter what's next. We'll talk about the next one next time. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the legendary fire chest today. Is it good? Is it not good? Pros and cons. What are the odds of getting something that's not like bonfire crap? I just kind of gave that as an example because it's the fire chest today. So with these chests, the condition is you get any legendary based on that elemental chest. So this is the fire chest. So no matter what if you get this chest, no matter what it is, it will always be guaranteed 100% a current legendary fire monster in the game, even if it's not released yet. I know this thing mind boggles you. I know the mind statement boggles you, but there is a chance you will get something that's not released yet, like the demon monsters, like the Inheritor. So this is probably one of the only times that, not including an event, where you can actually pick up the Inheritor. I've seen someone, I've seen, like, there's a Discord. If you ever go on Armor Gaming's Discord, or like the one he made, it's the community one. He has a chest opening channel where people can post their chest things, and they either can post their whatever have you, what they got, and some people invested in this chest, and some people actually got really, really lucky and actually got an Inheritor or a rank 3 Inheritor. Or like an Ingenica, what have you. So it's universally anything. Universally anything. If it's in the book, if it's in the elemental, the guide, I'm not saying like the book. I'm just saying in the elemental category, if the Inheritor is in that, the Inheritor, Ingenica, whatever have you, if it's event exclusive or not released yet, if it's in the book or in the elemental thing, it does count. It does indeed count. So if you wanted to invest in the dark chest, for example, there's a chance you'll pick up the Legion. So there's just that thing is there. So there's an opportunity to get stuff that are like event exclusive things. So is this one worth doing? Well, there are quite a few legendary monsters in the fire category that are really beloved and used. But for the majority of everything else, not really. The best way to do these kind of, determine what chest is the best one for you, you gotta determine the likelihood of getting something terrible. So let's look at the fire category here. Now, determining what's good, in terms of a competitive sense, if you really like a monster for its design and you get it like rank 4, by all means be overjoyed by it. Like, by all means. Like, if I got like a rank 4 ralbog from this chest, if I were to do this chest and I got like a rank 4 ralbog, that'd be really cool. I'd be happy about that. I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. Other competitive players would probably look at that. That's not the best optimal rank 4 monster you could have probably pulled from this chest. That is true, but it's a personal pick. Ralbog isn't really a bad monster. It's just like there's this other fire monsters that everyone really, really loves using, like a Ursus or Darmith bodygaurd or Ingenica or Metalisha. I'm now just listing the ones that people would probably want from this chest. So looking at this, you really gotta determine what people really use. No one uses Vadi Magma, no one uses Fire Liquid, nobody uses Moltis. Well, I'm standing here with like a rank 1 fire liquid. That doesn't help me much, but it's personal taste. Firestorm, there's the Rackhorn, Tryon. There's a lot of stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff not many people use all that often. You have to determine what's most commonly used. What do we most commonly see? We most commonly see greedy dragons. We see Kaih the Eradicator. We see Shalinar. We see Agursis. Darmith bodygaurd, Grenuy. I wish I had a ranked up Grenuy. That would be cool. It's not a bad monster. It's a really good support. Remiel for that winged book. That wouldn't be such a bad pull. If you do invest your time and you get like a ranked up Remiel, that's not exactly a bad thing, especially if you get at rank 4, because it's good for the wing book. The wing book has really few selections of good legendary monsters, so to have Remiel in it is fairly nice. But yeah, you just gotta determine from this box what's actually good and what's not good. Or I mean, like in the elemental dictionary at the moment. So that's up to your discretion. You can get VIPs in this. It even says that straight up on the, the box there. So you can get a Kaih the Eradicator, and it's possible to get him to rank 4. It's a possibility you might get one that's rank 4, 3, or 2, or 1. That's another thing with these boxes. That's why everyone's so thrilled or like investing in these boxes, because like you get that initial reaction. Well, Dib, you can just get a monster for $249. So why is everyone investing their time in these chests? Because in that box, that one random legendary you get, it might be ranked up. So if you get a ranked up monster, period, you are getting a value off it. Like. Especially if you're getting a rank 4 monster, you have no idea how expensive in terms of gems it is to rank up a monster to rank 4 by using gems, especially just at the normal price of $249. So to get a rank 4 monster by just spending $275 or in the realm of just a 50, like let's say you did like, you can, in all honesty, I think you can do up to 7 or 6 pulls, 6 or 7 pulls. If you bought like a, a $50 gem vase, you can do like 6 or 7 pulls. So within those 6 and 7 pulls, if you get at least one rank 4 out of that, you're getting a lot worth it. You're getting a lot out of your, your bang for your buck there. Or just like, if you got like several monsters that are ranked up within that 50, you see my point. You are getting value if you do get a lot of good stuff. However, that's not guaranteed. The stuff I'm saying right now sounds really good, but I'm not saying that it's guaranteed to be, it's not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed the thing you're searching for, the thing you spent, 275 gems on. You might not even get it ranked up. If you don't get a ranked up monster really from a, just like a pull, you're not really getting your value, unless it was something really good and or exclusive at the moment. Such as ingenica or in the Inheritor. Those are good examples. But anything that's not ranked up and you haven't ranked up already doesn't really do you any good, or you pretty much just kind of gambled on it. That's the thing with these chests. I noticed in the last video, a lot of people were complaining about like they got these like monsters like from the team races, or like NEP, like they got like NEPS, or like they got Cryotan. And it's like they say it was like a garbage pull because it wasn't ranked up. Well, what, you just got a Cryotan and NPS. Those are really good monsters. and two, you weren't guaranteed that ranked up monster. You just weren't. I'm sorry for your luck. I'm sorry for your luck of not getting rank 4, but you still got a pretty decent pull off that. That is really good. I'm sorry that you got those bad lucks, and I'm happy that you did share that with me. That is something cool that people share with each other, what they got from these boxes. That is really cool. But just know that you're not guaranteed the rank 4 monster. You're not guaranteed it. I've even seen people pull basic legendaries from this, which isn't exactly good. It's not exactly good. Because you can just breed and rank them up naturally, just to get like a rank 4 monster that you could have just bred to begin with doesn't seem all that good. I'm just saying. So you just kind of have to risk it there. That's the risk there. You might get something that's really not ideal. So that's just the thing. But yeah, with this chest, what do I think this chest overall is worth investing in? Well, again, that's up to you as a as a player. Do you really like all the fire monsters in the category, and you wouldn't mind getting something random like the Tryon or the Firestorm, or the You know, again with the fire clan, there's just a lot of fire monsters in the fire category that nobody uses. Period. Like no one, because there's either a better version of it, or in the fire category, or just in another category, or the base stats are just too old. That's the condition here with the fire category. There are a few good fire monsters, but there's also a lot of horrible ones. Examples would be Darmith's Pet, Rackhorn, Body Magma. You know, obviously the basic legendary, that's an obvious one. Fire one just suffers from old base stats. It's just not good anymore. It's not usable at all, period, anymore. There's just too many monsters that just kind of outscale it at this, just way outscale. And it was already at an outscaling to begin with. But you know, there's a lot of old fire monsters with low, poor base stat, you know, distributions. Lord Moltus, while he does have a good life pool and strength stat, I think he had, no wait, I think it was probably just the strength stat. I think he suffers from his other base stats, and it's just not necessarily good, even though his kit's really good. He has a phenomenally good base kit. He's also got stamina issues and poor base stats, you know, just stuff like that. And he's also given as cells anyway, so I mean, he's like a calendar or like a month reward now. Like he's the current month reward anyway. So it's, yeah. Is this what you have to determine as a player? Do you want to take the risk, or do you not want to take the risk? Personally, again, I think the best one to invest in is Dark, because for the majority of the roster here, I think people don't even, the only I can only think 4 or 5 monsters that people don't use, period, like universally, and that would be the first 4 monsters here: Dark Skull, Nibadas, Losty Ghost, Slumberly, and hey man. Like there's really no risks of investing in this dark chest, because like everything, at least everything has a use, everything has a purpose, and probably low tan too. People probably don't use low tan too, but you can see my point here. Like for the most part, dark monsters have just been used always. They're really good. So the odds of you getting something terrible is very low. So that's just me saying that. But yeah, there's a really good probability. A lot of people don't want to invest in this chest because they don't want to rank for a Hayman. And like that's their major concern. That's the major reason why they don't want it. People don't want to invest in this chest. I've been reading up on the comments, and they just like, oh, but you could get it like a rank 4 Hayman. Like, look at the probability though. Everything else is like, I said there was like 5 or like 6 monsters that are not used. Everyone else in this category is used in a way. I guess MMO monster too. Okay, so that's 7. There are 7 monsters in the dark category. But 6, not 7, 8, 10. Okay, we'll say 10. We'll go with 10 monsters. I'm counting Count Vlad and Lisha for the most part. But you see, for the most part, everything's usually good. If you get something from the dark book or the dark chest, you'd get something good. We'll talk about that another day, but right now we're talking about fire. But yeah, there's only a handful of fire monsters people only use. Only a handful. And it was also home to the highest base power monster in the game in terms of, you know, strength stat, and that's Rador. I've seen people get like a rank 1 Rador. I've seen people get monsters that aren't ranked up. That's, you know, the fire, obviously. Those are bad pulls. But you get my point here. That while there are a handful of fire monsters, the probability of you getting something terrible is pretty high. Or something nobody even uses is pretty high. But again, there is a chance you can walk away with something really good. There's a lot of good stuff in each. There's a handful of good stuff in each category. Some a lot more than others. But there's also a lot of elements that have just stuff that nobody even uses anymore, or just like, it's like, why use this when you can use this? There's basically a better fire version for each fire monster. For example, Megaosteum is basically a better Dragontium, and he was an older, he's a later monster. Dragontium is a later monster, and he's basically Megaosteum, but worse. Darmith's Pet, garbage landfire that didn't even get what Darmith's Darmith himself did. He was just a nerfed version of Darmith's bodyguard. Or not Darmith's bodyguard, General Darmith. General Darmith. That's just an undertuned version of General Darmith. It's just really terrible. He doesn't even get It's his signature buff. It's just terrible. Tyros, he is pretty much outclassed by Rador now, pretty much. I think they both do fire-like damage and special damage, but Rador just does it better due to naturally higher base damage, and he also has an additional thing with his AoE burn. I don't remember if he even got any DOT. I don't even use mine, I believe. But it's just I know, I just know hands down that Rador is just a better version of what he does. As you can see, there's just a lot of stuff that you could probably get that something's already better than it, you know? So that's just the risk with this chest. But you can walk away. There is a small chance you can walk away with the Inheritor or Ingenica or Metalisha. You know, those are the big names in this category. Or Grenuy. I think Grenuy is really good. He's a really good support. I'd say really good. I've seen his, you know, his special damage is really, you know, special damage immunity buff is really good. Like you don't take any damage except special damage. While a lot of monsters do have special type attacks, it just means they can't use their AoEs because a lot of people are running elemental AoEs nowadays. And it's a good protection from that. But yeah, you get my point. Now I think that's enough for this video overall. Would I invest in the fire chest? No. Several reasons being, one, there's a likelihood I'm not going to get something I like. Two, I think it's one of the worst elements in the game at the moment. Even despite all the good stuff, I think it's one of the most primitive ones. And three, I think the Dark is just a better one to invest in, because I'm more than likely to get something good from that than this one. I'm just saying. Or at least something that's still competitively viable. I'd say 90% of the dark category is still competitively viable to this day. It's just all stuff that have really good base stats and or skills that really keep them relevant to the meta. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys got in the comments below. If you did invest in this chest, I hope you did get lucky. I hope you didn't get like something terrible like a body magma or like a firestorm. like that's not even ranked up. I hope you guys got something you wanted and or good. That would make me happy. But yeah, I'm Dib the Awesome. Remember that these chests don't guarantee the ranked up monster, and you might just get something terrible. Just know that. And I hope you guys have an awesome day.